Microphone check 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Microphone check 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Mic check 1 2. And good evening from Erie, Pennsylvania. We are at the Erie Bank Sports Park as the Buffalo State Bengals are ready to start second semester play with a road divisional matchup against Penn State-Behrend College. Hello, my name's Aaron Elpern alongside camera operator Jeff Jazarowski, who will also be wearing a headset and adding some color commentary this evening, as we are happy to bring you continuing coverage of Buffalo State College Club hockey. And it's a two-game road trip this weekend to start the second half of the season, tonight and then tomorrow afternoon in Olean against Alfred State. Both are UNY CHL West Division matchups. The Bengals come into this weekend as technically the second-place team in the UNY CHL West Division. They are 2 points behind St. Bonaventure, but Buffalo State has played 3 fewer games than the Bonnies, and they won both of the head-to-head matchups with St. Bonaventure. So what's at stake this weekend is 2 wins, and the Bengals will clinch the UNY CHL West Division title. And with that, they will also get a first-round bye in the league playoffs. But they need to win both games this weekend to make that happen. The team is getting to return tonight to an arena that also provided one of the great moments in Buffalo State program history. It was back in November of 2019 that the Bengals defeated Behrend in dramatic fashion, with Elliott Hunt scoring the game winner in overtime right here on this ice. That victory helped launch a 12-game winning streak, the run to the Nationals 2 years ago, and as well as the general track of success that the team has enjoyed since then. And with the return to the Erie Bank Sports Park, I wouldn't be surprised to see number 9 Elliott Hunt on the score sheet again tonight. He's had a bit of a slow start in the first half by his own standards with just 3 goals, but he also predicted to me personally that he would be scoring a lot in the second half. Maybe the good vibes of being here in this arena will help spark the Buff State alternate captain. This is the second meeting of the year between the Bengals and Lions. Michael Guerrera and Ryan Miller each with a goal and an assist in a 6-2 win for Buff State back in October at Buff State. Final score was maybe a little bit closer than the game actually was, as Behrend netminder Colin Bistarkey was very good in the loss, making 52 saves. Shots in that game were 58-30 in favor of the Bengals. However, it should be noted the Bengals haven't played since December 4th, and PSV was in action both last weekend and the weekend before. So when you come into a game like this after any sort of layoff, it usually is a question of whether a team is really eager to get back out on the ice and they play with extra energy as a result, or maybe there's a little bit of that rust to shake off from not facing competition in over 50 days. That's one of those things that we'll probably see shaken out in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the first period as Buff State and Behrend College get the second semester play underway for the Bengals here from the Erie Bank Sports Park, just along Interstate 90 here in Erie, PA. Starting in goal for the Bengals tonight will be number 39, Anthony Kowalski, his first start for Buffalo State, as number 39 had 2 relief appearances in the first half of the season. Those 2 appearances, though, couldn't have been any different types of games. First, it was the Canisius game, in which Buff State won by a score of 7-0, really just ran away with that game. Kowalski came in about halfway through the game, and him and A.J. White split a shutout. And it was a light affair in terms of the shots on goal that Kowalski had to face. That was not the case in his second appearance. He had to come in the third period of the game against Central Florida. He had to come in cold in what was a very tight game at the time, as Central Florida was mounting a massive comeback after being down 5-0 in that contest. Kowalski did pick up the win in that win for Buff State over Central Florida, and he gets the start here tonight. Good to see the coaching staff showing a lot of faith in the young netminder to give him a road divisional start here at Penn State-Behrend College. Kowalski comes in, 2 games played, a record of 1-0, 2.40 goals against average, and a save percentage of .923. Bengals really gearing up for the postseason now as they start their run to the postseason in their first year of the Tier 1 division of the UNY CHL. Obviously, a West Division title is something that the team wants, but they also have their sights set on some bigger goals, that being the UNY CHL playoffs and the CHF National Tournament coming up in Philadelphia in March. Those are right around the corner, obviously, after this weekend. All that's left on the schedule for the regular season, 2 games with Fredonia. Both of those games are the last divisional games on the schedule, and then a newly scheduled matchup with the Canisius College ACHA Division I team. That game's going to be taking place next Friday night. After that, it's the start of the UNY CHL playoffs, the weekend of February 19th and 20th. So obviously the Bengals want to get a fast start to second semester play, as they have 2 games this weekend. The first one coming up here against Penn State-Behrend College, and then tomorrow in Olean against Alfred State. Support for Buffalo State College Club hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Find them online, militello.com or 856-2872. Supporters also include Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, supporters of the Ivy Leaf Pharmacy pregame show, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years, offering COVID testing, vaccinations, and boosters. Also at Ivy Leaf, CBD products are available, home health care, and all of your other pharmacy needs. Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or ivyleafpharmacy.com. Supporters also include Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. And we're about set to get going here from the Erie Bank Sports Park. Both teams have wrapped up their warm-up periods, and now it's a question of whether or not we're going to have player introductions and anthems. We'll kind of wait and see how that plays out here over the next couple of minutes. But as both teams get the last sets of instructions from their coaching staff, we're just about set to go with second semester play as the Bengals get their second half of their season started here tonight with a road matchup against the Penn State-Behrend College Lions, hoping to sweep the season series against the Lions after taking a 6-2 victory earlier on this season back in October. And now just some last conversations between one of the officials and the scoring box. Here's that both sides are ready, and we are about set to go here from the Erie Bank Sports Park. Happy to have you with us as we continue to bring you coverage of Buffalo State College Club hockey. Hello, I'm Aaron Elpern, joined alongside by camera operator Jeff Jazarowski, who's also going to be offering some color commentary this evening. Jeff, thanks for joining us as usual, and we're excited to get things going here, but a little bit of a slow start as the puck pops straight into the Penn State-Behrend College bench, and we have a quick whistle just 5 seconds into the action here from Erie.
Very important to start off quick here for the Buff State Bengals, coming off the long break they just had. Hopefully they can get it off quick and get going.
Puck inside the Behrend College zone, comes out into center ice. Now a foot race for the puck. It's going to be Behrend bringing it through the neutral zone. It's Easton Hooks with it there, and he takes a hit from Cole Newman as he cut right through the center of the ice. Whistle being called, and it's actually going to be a penalty called as Newman is being signaled for a roughing call, it appears. Or one of the official looked like he signaled a roughing call, but it might have just been the net coming off. Actually, it's just the net coming off. My apologies. Missaw that signal, so we're going to have a face-off here in the neutral zone as the officials ruling that it was Penn State guilty of putting the net off of its moorings. So we get started here again with 19:37 to go here in first period play. Penn State getting it into the offensive zone. Hooks in behind the net, setting up some offensive pressure, getting it back to the point. Parks keeping it deep in the zone. Penn State, the first player to that puck. It's Lawrence in the corner, but he's got two different Bengals on him. Szymanski finds control of it, though, and tries to set something up for Behrend, though, but his pass is intercepted, comes out the other side, and now Zach Schultz has a chance to move it up ice. Gets it up to Lotempio, but Lotempio losing control of it as it comes over the Behrend College blue line. And the puck comes back into neutral ice, sent back into the Buffalo State zone. A loose puck after a funny bounce off the boards. Picked up there by Ryan Hahn and moved up ice quickly. It's going to be Gallivan here in the corner. Him and his player go down on the play. And now the puck comes out the other side. Elliot Hunt almost with a shot opportunity from the near side. Now a wraparound. Michael Guerrera puts it home on the backhand. Just a minute 10 into the action. Michael Guerrera found a loose puck behind the net. Quickly slid around side of the near post and beat the goaltender to the near post, making it a quick 1-0 lead for the Bengals. And Michael Guerrera getting his team on the board early, as it's maybe a case that the Bengals were eager to go after that long break. Michael Guerrera getting his 9th of the year. It's 1-0 Bengals early.
Definitely a great job by Ben Gallivan getting the puck deep in, and then the rest of his line, he's getting in deep, fighting for the puck, getting it back, and then Michael Guerrera wrapping it around and tuck one home there.
Bengals again with possession, moving the puck up ice. Guerrera with the puck on his stick, gets it across ice quickly. Elliot Hunt in alone, gets a shot in on goal, save made by Bistarki, as that was an opportunity for the Bengals to get a quick second goal, as the Bengals have come out flying here in their first action of the second semester, already with one goal on the board here in the early going and another golden opportunity there off the rush. Elliot Hunt with a good chance getting that pass from Michael Guerrera getting a good shot in from the doorstep. Good save by Bistarki as it's still a 1-0 game in favor of the Bengals, and they get an offensive zone draw, trying to add to it. Quick shot right off the faceoff. Glasgow got that one off after it was played forward by Anton Rupert. Puck comes out towards the blue line, kept in by Sardina, just fires it to the far corner. And now a battle for the puck here on the near boards. As it comes out towards the net, chance there down low as it was Rupert with a chance. Rupert now with the puck on his stick here in the far corner. Brings it out towards the point, gets it to the far point, and then a spinning play made by Ryan Kelly to keep it in the zone. Gets it down to Glasgow. Glasgow now carrying it out of the corner, cuts in towards the slot, gets it back to the point to Kelly. He had to be quick with that one to keep it moving as he had a Barron College player right on him. Rupert in behind the net, tries to feed it in front of Glasgow, had him there, just couldn't get it quite past the defender's stick. And then Barron quickly sending it the length of the ice, relieving a little bit of that pressure here in the early going as the Bengals have come out flying in these first 3 shifts of the game.
Oh, yeah, all the pressure going straight forward towards the Barron goal, not relieving anything, making them force a icing to get just a whistle so that they could get going.
Back to the point to Newman. He gets a shot in towards the net. Looks like it just got deflected wide. The Bengals keeping it in. Schultz gets it down low to Lotempio. Now out in front, trying to find Gallivan there. It's just in his skates, and then it comes out to center ice, but it's Cole Newman, the first one to it there. Newman quickly up ice. He gets it to Lotempio. Cross ice to Schultz, and then between the defender's legs, Gallivan almost had a chance there to cut in. Just a good play made by Morgan to cut off that angle. Morgan now gets it up ice, but good strong defense there by Ryan Hahn, making sure Morgan didn't have an angle to cut in towards the net. Puck is quickly shot back into the zone that's offsides. I was surprised that the whistle wasn't blown there by the linesman. Play does keep moving forward as Lotempio ends up with a free pass out of the zone, gains the red line, then dumps it into the offensive end as we reach the 17-minute mark of the first period. Puck kept in here at the near boards by Ryan Hahn. Now in behind the net, Gallivan chasing in after the defender, but Parks just barely beats him to it and gets it up ice. Kept in, though, at the far point by Cole Newman. Parks eventually does manage to clear the zone, sending it all the way back into Buff State territory. No icing on the play as Ryan Hahn beats his man back for the puck and starts it up ice, looking for Joe Lotempio. Across the Barron College blue line, then quickly back up ice, turned back over to the Bengals as Gallivan has it just inside of his own blue line. His pass just a little bit out of the reach of Elliott Hunt. And the puck now right below us in our broadcast position going into the Barron end. And now they have a chance to move it up ice, but a good play by Ryan Hahn to keep it in briefly. Then it comes into the center ice area. Guerrera hunting it down there. Guerrera makes a move to get away from one man, gains the blue line. He's got Hunt there with him, feeds it in front to Hunt. Elliott Hunt gets that one right in on goal. Then a rebound. Chance Miller getting that one right in on the goaltender, but another solid save by Bistarki as he has made 2 or 3 excellent stops already here in the early going, just about 4 minutes into the action. Bistarki being challenged just as much as he was back in Buffalo in the first meeting between these two teams when he made 52 saves, keeping his team in a game that probably wasn't as close as the eventual 6-2 margin. So the Bengals going to get an offensive zone draw here with just under 16 minutes to go. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry about that.
All lines are really going here. Everyone's buzzing, putting so much pressure on Bistarki here. It's great to see coming off the break.
Always an interesting situation whether or not you're going to have rust or extra energy after a month and a half off. They look excellent so far, do the Bengals. I have to see whether or not they can keep that momentum, keep that foot on the gas. Nice setup there in front of the net, just out of the reach of Ryan Miller as Elliott Hunt was looking to set him up there in front of the net. Net ends up coming off the moorings as Michael Guerrera takes a spill there along the top of the circle. Looks like he's okay, just a little bit slow getting back to his feet. As he does get back to his skates, none of his teammates seem to be too concerned. Net put back into its place and will be set to go with an offensive zone draw for the Bengals. They get a change, and they'll be ready to go here with 15:37 to go in the first period. A 1-0 lead for the Buff State Bengals. Anton Rupert on the draw, scrambled there. Rogozin ends up coming away with it, making a good move there to get it out of the zone and getting that exit out and getting it into center ice area. Now back into the Buffalo State territory. A little bit of pressure being put on there by Migliarese. Puck comes back to the point. Shot attempt doesn't get through as it was blocked on the way by Hussey. And now it's Anton Rupert in the center ice area right in front of the Barron bench, but he falls before he can get it forward. And then it comes out to Hussey, who slides it along to Brett Sardina. Sardina into the offensive zone on his backhand, gets a shot in on goal. It's under the pad of the goaltender Bistarki. Wasn't exactly sure where it was. Ends up in the net. He fished it out of the net. The referee didn't make any sort of signal as to a goal or not. Not much of an argument coming from the team in orange and black, so we have, I guess, no goal and a continuation of a 1-0 game. And a faceoff coming up here in the offensive zone for the Bengals. Bengals winning it. Quick shot on goal from Sardina as Rupert won it right to him off the draw. Bengals getting another scoring opportunity right off the faceoff. They've already piled up about 4 or 5 scoring chances here in the early going. Kelly has to slow things down before he gains the blue line. Bengals would have been offsides. Now a little bit of a chance to get it out of the zone for Barron College. Need to be quick, though, if they're going to get it past Sardina. He makes a good play there at the blue line, just sends it to the far corner where he's got Glasgow. Glasgow spins and falls before he gets the puck in towards the slot. That allows Easton Hooks to bring it away. Fire it through the neutral zone where he's got Szymanski. Szymanski just loses sight of it as it goes through his legs. And now back up ice, it's Sardina, dropping a pass for Rupert. Back over to Glasgow, and then a quick pass across, just barely slid off the stick of Anton Rupert there in the slot as the Bengals making some nice quick passes there in the offensive zone. Setting something up there as we are just past the 5-minute mark of the first period. Puck back down in the Bengals zone now. Ryan Hahn there with a little bit of light pressure on him. Gets it along to Glasgow, then up ice to Elliott Hunt. Quickly touches it along to Alex Gosen. Just here along the blue line of Penn State. As the Barron College Lions get it out to center ice, then Buff State sending it right back into the offensive zone. Shot in towards the net. That one taken by Elliott Hunt. Goes off the shoulder of the goaltender. Now settled down. Back to the point to Jeff Hyde. His shot is blocked and then gloved down by Ryan Hahn to make sure it stays in the offensive zone. Barron College player picking up there. It's Braden Morgan. He gets it out to center, but just beat to that puck by Jeff Hyde, and Hyde plays it forward just inside the Penn State Barron College blue line. Now just back and forth across that blue line as Hunt collides with Morgan. Morgan now heads to the bench for a change as the puck comes back into the Buffalo State territory. In that far corner, setting up some pressure is going to be Rudiger. Gets it back to the point to Parks. Parks back to Rudiger along the half wall. 2 Bengals on him, but he still manages to move it forward. Gets it down to Szymanski. Cuts out of the corner. Fires a shot in on goal. Save made by Kowalski as the first shot on goal from Penn State, coming at the 13:04 mark of the first period. A good hard wrist shot from number 5, Ethan Szymanski, the leading scorer for the Penn State Barron College Lions. Good solid save made there by Anthony Kowalski as he had his first test of the evening, getting his first start of the season for the orange and black. Good save there to get the feel of the puck here in the early going. Penn State Barron College getting the puck deep into the offensive zone right off of that face-off. Now a scramble for that puck here against the near boards. Comes in on goal. Save made by Kowalski. Now quickly up ice to Lotempio, but he gets caught up in his skates. And that allows Barron to come back in the other direction with Ben Rogers. Rogers gets it into the offensive zone for the Lions, but it's going to be Ryan Kelly moving it up ice. Gallivan on to Lotempio, and then Lotempio passes it right back to him, getting into the offensive zone. And now Schultz looks to turn around and feed a pass in front. He's got Gallivan now at the far side. Gallivan ripping a hard wrist shot in on goal. Save made by Bistarki. Then it comes back to that far corner. Gallivan gets it back to the point. Gallivan with, again, the puck on his stick. Makes a great move to get free. Now tries to get it in front to Schultz. Just didn't quite get there as it was Parks getting in the way, and now starting it up ice for the Lions. Nathan Burge can't get much past the blue line, and Gallivan comes back with some speed. Lets a hard wrist shot go, just catches a little bit of the glove of the goaltender. That was the only thing that kept that one out and kept it from being a 2-0 game for the Bengals. Gallivan, though, looking for something in front. He had Schultz right there, got that quick shot in on goal. Looked like it just caught the side of the post, just on the outside of the goal post there on the near side. Then the net came off its moorings. So we have a stoppage in play just a little bit more than 8 minutes into the action. Still a 1-0 lead in favor of the Bengals. On the early goal, just about a minute and change into the action here, as it was Michael Guerrero scoring on a backhand wraparound, getting the Bengals on the board here in the second half of season play. As they're looking to get a fast start to the second half of the season, they have a chance to lock up the UNY-CHL West Division crown this weekend. 2 wins this weekend will do so. There's a good shot in on goal from the point from Ryan Hahn. Rebound comes out to Sardina and then back to the point to Hussey, but Hussey can't get that shot through. Chance to clear it, but Hussey quickly over to the boards to make sure it stays in. Sardina getting it along to Rupert. Rupert looking for a pass, just takes that shot, goes off the arm of the goaltender Bistarki. And now it's Rogozin on the far side trying to work it out of the zone, but another good play on the back check there by Sardina to make sure it didn't get past the blue line. In the near corner, it's Glasgow. He gets taken down, but there's no call as a couple of players there down on the ice. Actually, eventually there is a call that is being made, and it looks like it's a kneeing call that has been signaled. Didn't look like he made the call initially and then went back and reconsidered it possibly. It's a kneeing penalty being given to number 18, Nick Osborne. So that gives the Bengals a chance here on the power play with 11:17 to go in the first period. Get our first look at the Bengals power play unit here in second semester play.
Definitely not a smart penalty to take deep in the defensive zone. They're allowing the Bengals, which already have a dangerous power play, going at like 36% so far this year.
That's exactly correct. 18 of 50, exactly 36% on the season. Certainly the Bengals have been good in the special teams, both killing penalties and when they get the man advantage. Puck here at the midpoint. Guerrera has it on his stick, gets it across to Rupert here at the near boards. Rupert settles it down, back up to Guerrera. Big slap shot taken. He gets deflected and goes wide, but the rebound comes off the backboards. Good chance there for Elliott Hunt from the side door as he got a quick shot off. Now he's got it on the side door again and a wide open look. A beautiful setup. Elliott Hunt gets on the scoreboard, making it a 2-0 lead as he was set up beautifully by Brett Sardina. Goaltender had no idea where the puck was. Elliott Hunt had an open net to put it into. It's 2-0 Bengals.
Absolutely beautiful setup by the Buffs. Power play there, playing it from high to low with Michael Guerrero shooting it. Eventually, the puck finding Sardina's stick, who makes a beautiful backdoor pass to Elliott Hunt there to bury it.
Bengals go up 2-0, taking advantage of their first power play advantage here of the afternoon, or of the evening rather, as they keep the puck just inside the blue line. Rogozin, though, coming back up ice, getting it to Migliarese. It's in his skates as he takes a hit. The puck comes sliding in towards Kowalski. Bengals, though, manage to play it up the near boards. Gallivan trying to get it out, but it's kept in by the Barron College Lions. Puck comes in front, but good defense there as Gallivan came back to make good defensive play there in the slot, finding control of that puck. He takes it up ice himself. Backhand shot right in on goal. Bistarki making the pad save, keeping that one out of the net, keeping this one a 2-0 game. Puck comes back across the blue line into center ice. The Bengals quickly regroup, send it right back into the offensive zone. Schultz putting some pressure here on the far side. Schultz and Lotempio down low, putting some pressure on. It ends up coming into the neutral zone, just sliding past the skates of Ryan Kelly. Now it's going to be Cole Newman with 2 men on him just inside of his own blue line. Nice work to get it up ice to Schultz. Schultz losing control of it just in the high slot in the Barron College zone. Puck is kept in, though, briefly by Kelly, and then up ice it's Braden Morgan with it. Morgan losing control of it. Good poke check there from Cole Newman. Newman then follows up with a little bit more contact, and he's going to get whistled for a penalty. It's going to be an elbowing call coming up against number 29, Cole Newman. And now the Bengals will have to kill off a penalty of their own, as it appears that Newman might be getting more than just the 2 minutes. There's a little continued conversation there, and I saw a gesture from the referee. We'll have to see whether or not this is just the 2 minutes or if it's going to be more, maybe a 10-minute misconduct as well. It's probably not what the Bengals need, considering they're starting this game playing with 5 defensemen as it is. They don't need any of their defensemen in the box for extended periods of time. And, yeah, you see the second player heading over to the penalty box is Mark Hager going over to serve a penalty, so that tells me there's probably a 10-minute misconduct in there as well to Newman. So he is no longer part of the lineup then for the rest of the first period, pretty much with 9:27 to go in the first period.
Definitely not the smartest decision to take the penalty and then jaw at the ref as you're skating back up the ice there. You got to be better team-wise, but great penalty kills to start off this. Yeah,
Bengals winning the draw quickly, getting it up ice. Rupert finding possession of it, carrying it around the Barron College zone and killing off more time. Bengals have already killed off almost 30 seconds of the penalty. Puck does get up ice as Rogers gets it into the offensive zone, but it's a Bengal player, the first one to it there behind the net. Hahn's clearing attempt doesn't get too far, though, as Easton Hooks keeps it in on the far side. Hooks with it again, tries to get a shot in on goal. It's blocked by Jeff Hyde, goes off his shin pad all the way through center ice and back to the Barron College zone. Hyde then goes to the bench for a change as Braden Morgan carries it up ice, lets a shot go from the high slot. Anthony Kowalski way up on top of the crease, drops into the butterfly and makes a very nice save, holds on for no rebound as well. Keeping this one a 2-0 game, now 1:09 remaining in the Bengals penalty.
With the very minimal workload that Kowalski's had, he's been solid, keeping every puck in tight to him, not allowing many rebounds.
Especially when you're not seeing a whole lot of action. It's especially important to be on the ball when you do see it. Now Zach Schultz has a breakaway on the shorthanded opportunity, tries to go high glove. Looked like Bistarki maybe just got a piece of it. It ended up going behind the net, up off the glass behind the cage. Now just in the offensive zone, the Bengals putting some pressure on and still killing off a little bit more time here, as it's going to be pinned against the boards there. It's one Buff State player battling against 3 different Barron College players. Ryan Miller doing some great work here on the penalty kill as Zach Schultz over there with him helping kill off more time on that penalty. And actually it looks like the Bengals have drawn a penalty as there is a high sticking call being signaled. I don't know if that's a puck being played with a high stick. No, it's an actual high sticking penalty being taken by the Barron College Lions. It's number 24, Tristan Hain, taking the penalty. And excellent work there in the penalty kill by number 16, Ryan Miller, number 44, Zach Schultz, as the two of them had basically camped out in the offensive zone, killing that penalty. And the work of Miller there up against the boards in the corner ends up drawing the high sticking call against Hain. So it's now 4-on-4 for 35 seconds, and the Bengals are going to get another power play. It'll be an abbreviated one, but it'll still be a chance on the man advantage. But that comes up after a little bit of 4-on-4 play. 25 seconds now left in the 4-on-4 situation. Barron College with control of it here, but losing it is Szymanski. Comes out to the center ice area, moved forward by Ryan Kelly. Lotempio just across the blue line, lets a shot go from distance. Bistarki with a fairly routine save on that one, making the glove hand catch and holding on for a whistle. Now 12 seconds to go in the original Buff State penalty. And when that one is released, the Bengals will have a minute 24 with the man advantage. Lotempio and Hunt on here up front. Playing defense, it's Kelly and Hussey. And it's going to be Barron College with control after the face-off. They have to go back behind their net before they can start it up ice, however, as some good pressure being put on here. Bengals creating a turnover. Elliott Hunt gets it back to the point. Ryan Kelly shot through traffic, and it gets past the goaltender. It's 3-0 Bengals as Elliott Hunt patiently found his man coming in from the point. Ryan Kelly accepted that pass and beat the goaltender with a good hard wrist shot. It's 3-0 Bengals as they are well on their way here in the early going, not even 13 minutes in. It's a 3-0 lead for the Bengals.
One unfortunate thing about that goal there just happened as it became the power play. So it was technically a power play goal from Ryan Kelly there right at the start of their power play.
Well, you still get credit for the power play goal, but I'm not sure you really got to work on the power play a whole lot because it was still basically a 4-on-4 goal. It was just as the player was coming out of the box. I'm sure the Bengals are going to take it either way they look at it. They're happy with the 3-0 lead, and they have the puck back in the offensive zone, looking to add to it.
Mark Hager definitely appreciated that plus coming out of the penalty box.
Bengals looking to put some pressure on here as it's behind the net. It's Parks trying to find some room to move it up ice. Does a good job to get himself free and get it up into the neutral zone. We're taking it across the blue line is Rogers. Rogers getting it to Rudiger, but no shot actually taken there as the Bengals playing good defense, making sure that they are keeping that door shut and making sure that any shots that their young netminder Kowalski has to face are the routine variety from distance. Kind of a long outlet pass attempted there, misses the glass and ends up going into the Bengals bench, so we'll have a stoppage in play with 6:46 to go in the first period. Face-off coming up in the Bengals zone, and Barron College making a couple of changes here as they trail 3-0 here, not even 14 minutes into the game. Anton Rupert on the draw for the Bengals, actually played forward by the skate of the Barron College player. Now a breakaway attempt, John Glasgow in alone. Glasgow to the backhand, slides it through the 5-hole. What a pretty move by John Glasgow as he had a wide open breakaway from outside of the Barron College blue line. Slowly made that move and patiently drew the goaltender's legs open before sliding the puck in. It's now 4-0 Bengals as they are looking to make this one a rout here in the early going.
Everything about that play was done perfectly. Big face-off, win in the defensive zone, perfect two-line pass all the way through the center zone, finds Johnny Glasgow right on the tape, and beautiful move to finish it off.
Great job to both accept that pass that wasn't perfectly in and easy. He had to kind of adjust himself in order to catch it. It was great work either way to catch it, and then the move to finish there, unreal. Great goal by John Glasgow. It's 4-0 Bengals as they have gotten the start of the second half off with a bang so far, but it should be noted that this Bengals team has struggled in the past with getting big leads and then taking their foot off of the gas. So we're going to have to see how that continues here as we still have a lot of action to play from the Erie Bank Sports Park. John Glasgow doing a good job of lugging the puck through the offensive zone. Gets it down low. He's got a man right there. Rupert just couldn't quite get it past the goaltender. Now a clearing attempt comes back to this near side. John Glasgow keeping it in, stepping it around his man, taking a hit and keeping it moving in the offensive zone. ends up getting taken down, and then Behrend tries to clear it, but they can't get it past Ryan Hahn. Comes out to Rupert here in the high slot, looking for a shooting lane, but two different Behrend College players in his way. Now down low to Sardina as the Bengals make a couple of changes here with 5:25 to go in the first period. Behrend trying to get it out on that far side. Hager quickly over to cut off that lane. Behrend does manage to get it out to center ice, but the puck comes out to Anton Rupert, and now here come the Bengals again. Rupert into the offensive zone, goes wide to get himself a little bit of room, tries to go high up over the shoulder of the goaltender, just missing that crossbar there on the near side. Then it comes back out to center ice, moved quickly forward by Ryan Kelly. In the center of the ice, Hager trying to settle it down there, getting a little bit of help from Gosen to get it across the blue line. Now under 5 minutes to play in the first period. Quickly up ice now is Szymanski for Behrend College. Szymanski gets it behind the net, tries to spin a pass out in front, but it hits the back of the net. That allows the Bengals to try to work it out of the zone, but Hager's clearing attempt ends up going up and out of play. And so we'll have a stoppage now with 4:38 to go in the first period. And as they try to determine whether or not they can retrieve that puck from the netting behind the Bengals net, or if they have to get a new one. And eventually they figure it out. And I think they have a new puck ready to go into play. Here comes the referee with it, and we should be ready to go here. Bengals enjoying the 4-0 lead here in the first period, as they have spent a good deal of time in the offensive zone. And they have been just very sharp, to say the least, here in their first action in over 50 days. Bengals coming up ice quickly again. Elliot Hunt getting the shot in on goal. Go ahead, Jeff.
Definitely looks like there's absolutely no rust on this team. From what I was talking with the coaches, they didn't have the best of practices this week, but they're really making up for it in this game so far.
Sometimes it's a situation where not having great practices gets you hungry enough to get into the game and play your best when it matters. So maybe that is the recipe for success that they're finding here in the early going. But as mentioned just a couple moments ago, Bengals maybe have struggled a couple of times with big leads early on in the season. I'd like to see them keep their foot on the gas pedal here in this contest, as they're already out by a score of 4-0. We're under the 4-minute mark here in the first period. And now this is the time of the game where it's a question of allowing Behrend College to come back, or keeping that foot on the gas pedal and keeping that pressure on. Zach Schultz has control of the puck, and he works it up ice. He's got plenty of room to do so, bringing it into the offensive zone, just barely off sides, as Schultz made that extra little bit of a move right there at the blue line. Ends up drawing Ben Gallivan off sides, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the neutral zone in front of the Behrend College bench. 3:35 now left in first period play. Going to be Lotempio on the draw, winning it cleanly back to Jeff Hyde. Hyde trying to get it up to Gallivan, but that pass is intercepted. And now Behrend College looks to get it up ice. Into the zone by Rudiger. Kept in by Behrend College, but Gallivan doing some work here just on the near boards, having some help from Hyde, but Rudiger comes away with it, gets a shot in on goal from the lower part of the circle. Another solid save made by Kowalski there, as he's only been tested about 3 or 4 times here in this first period, but they've all been pretty solid scoring chances, and he's had to make sure that he was in the right position and had to do his job properly to keep those pucks out of the net. He's done so far, and it's a 4-0 game with 3 minutes to go in the first.
Definitely up to the task so far.
Good defense there by Ryan Hahn as he saw his man trying to cut in towards the slot. Made a good step over to get in his way, lay a decent hit on him. Now an opportunity as Gallivan got that one up ice. Almost had an opportunity to get a move in front of the goal, but just kind of ran out of room and ended up having to take it in behind the net. Rudiger unable to catch that pass in the neutral zone, but Behrend College throwing it right back up ice as it is deflected and icing is waved off. Both teams making some changes here as the puck is in behind the Buff State net. Ryan Hahn with the puck on his stick, looking for a long pass through the neutral zone. Miller gets a piece of that one and then chases it into the offensive zone. Bengals doing a good job of setting up some pressure here. Elliot Hunt tries to get that one across just about a foot out of the reach of Guerrera. Could have been a decent scoring chance down low. Back in the other direction, Szymanski, then a rebound opportunity, as right there looking for that rebound chance was Brandon Lawrence, so 2 saves made on that play by Kowalski. He's being tested a little bit more as the period has gone on, but he has stood up to every single challenge that the Behrend College Lions have thrown at him, and he has kept them off the board so far. It's still a 4-0 lead for Kowalski's Bengals. Behrend College winning that draw, getting it back to the point, but Guerrera trying to force it quickly up ice into the Bengals bench, and quick hands from the Bengals goaltending coach. No surprise to see Pat Krebs throw that hand up there and pretty deftly catch that one. So we'll have a face-off right in front of the Buff State bench with 2:02 now remaining in the first. Guerrera plays that one forward off the draw, gets it to Miller. Miller just dumping it into the offensive zone. Elliott Hunt's the first one to it there with Parks on him. Hunt spinning away from Parks, getting some help from Miller, and now Parks losing sight of that one. That was a gorgeous shot attempt there from Guerrera as he looked like he had an empty net to shoot at. There's a Behrend player that goes to the bench now without a glove or his stick, and he's holding his hand like he blocked that shot in the hand. Clearly in a lot of pain. We'll have to keep an eye on whether or not Easton Hooks is okay after it looks like he blocked that wrist shot from Guerrera with the hand.
Definitely blocked that shot, Aaron, and it stung him bad. He's hurt.
That's not a shot that I ever want to get in the way of, whether or not it's a piece of severely padded equipment or the inside of a glove. That has to hurt. Michael Guerrera had a lot on that wrist shot, and I could see why Easton Hooks is in discomfort as he is on the bench, just kind of holding his hand out, trying to get a little bit of feeling back. Behrend College keeping the puck in, though, as like a stick came up on a Bengal player. Now a collision here in the neutral zone. The puck comes back into Behrend College territory as game kind of slowing down just a little bit here. Now a big hit there along the Buff State blue line as Ryan Hahn stepped into his man, Braden Morgan. Morgan slow to get back to his skates as Elliott Hunt goes over and checks and makes sure that his opposing player is doing okay, and we'll have a face-off here just outside the blue line as an offsides call is made, but actually there is a penalty that is being called on this play, as it is the back official that appeared to make the call. Oh, it's Cole Newman that got the penalty. Did I see something else happen on that play? Oh, Newman's still in the box, and now Hahn's going to the penalty box late. I see.
Yes, I believe they called Ryan Hahn for a trip there.
I was expecting if it was going to be called, it would be the other official that made that call, but it was the back official, the one that I was not looking for. So it's the face-off here in the Buff State zone. Bengals are going to have to kill off the power play as we get a view here. As the shot taken, gets through, and that one's in the net. The shot came in from the point. It went off the post and then came out, was kind of scrambled in the equipment of Kowalski. I don't know if it was a Buff State player or a Behrend College player that ended up putting it into the net in the end, but it was in that scramble for that loose puck that it ended up going into the net. It's now a 4-1 hockey game as the Behrend College players do a kind of a slow skate by the Bengals bench in celebration, and I think that they're going to end up drawing a penalty because of it. This is, there was what seemed to be just the start of a little bit of taunting after the goal. I don't know if taunting's the right word, but there was a gesture being made towards the Buff State bench after the goal by the player who's in the penalty box, Tristan Hain. I don't know if that continued with any sort of verbal conversation, but he's got to sit 2 minutes in the box now, and so the Bengals are going to go right back on the power play after giving up the power play goal to Behrend College. Or is it just going to be a misconduct penalty, because there are 5 Behrend College players that are currently on the ice. So clearly some conversation before this one gets decided. And our coverage is brought to you by the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store. With everyday low prices on a great selection of wines and spirits, the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store can be found on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. Supporters also include the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. Online, narchislaw.com. Continuing conversation over there on the far side, and with the 5 different Behrend College players out there, it appears that it is a 10-minute misconduct being given to the Behrend College players. So we have a player in each box there serving off 10-minute misconducts, and we play 5-on-5 as we are under a minute to go. And there was another collision there right in front of the Behrend College bench, and it's a very slow-to-get-up Behrend College player right now on the far side. Hard to see exactly. It looks like that's, again, Easton Hooks, who was just down before after blocking the shot in the hand. I did not see what happened there, Jeff.
It was a little bit behind the play. He got checked as the puck was coming up the ice, and the door came open on him. So it looks like it's a little bit more serious because anything with that door, those injuries are the worst.
Yeah, open door, getting hit into that is one of the scariest injuries that there is in hockey, just because there is basically the wall giving way and parts of the wall that aren't going to give way on either side of it. Usually you end up right into the side of the door frame with your hip, and that's exactly what it looks like. The Barron College player is down and holding onto that kind of mid-body area. So clearly in a great deal of discomfort, and hopefully he can shake that off and rejoin the play before too long. That's never the type of injury you like to see.
I love a quick response from the Barron player and the linesman to go over to the side to grab the trainer and trainer's equipment to help him out.
So as we continue here, and the trainer coming over now to attend to Easton Hooks, he's starting to get back to his skates, and that is good to see for sure. He has gotten back to his feet. Now he's back into the Barron College bench. So that's definitely an improvement from where we were a moment ago, as we were definitely he had not moved a whole lot right in that minute or so after first taking that hit there against the bench door. So he gets into the bench area. Now the trainer going to continue to work with him as he sees that part of the door that got him and caused that injury. Hopefully he is getting back to full strength, and hopefully the trainer can help him sort through that. He can return to action here as the game continues. Resetting, though, 32.4 seconds now left here in the first period. It is a 4-1 lead in favor of the Buff State Bengals. But the most recent goal was scored by the Barron College Lions as they got a power play goal on a scrambled play. Bengals, though, getting the puck in the offensive zone, looking to set it up here. Anton Rupert in behind the net, looking for a pass as he carries it out on his forehand. Rupert then carries it towards the blue line, has to make a move to avoid one man, gets it on to Sardina. Sardina gives it back to Rupert there in the far corner, and the two of them cycle it there on the far side before it's Parks coming away with it, looking to start the breakout for Barron. That one then through the neutral zone, Szymanski and Hahn with a foot race there. That could have been an opportunity for Szymanski if he would have gotten a hold of that puck. He still had enough time to get in a shot opportunity, but Ryan Hahn made sure that he didn't get to that puck and made sure that Kowalski didn't have to face another scoring opportunity before the end of the first period. So that is the way that the first period will come to a close. It is a 4-1 lead in favor of the Buffalo State Bengals as they came out with a lot of energy, came out with a lot of pace, and executed very nicely in the early going, jumping out to the 4-0 lead before Penn State Barron College was able to get on the board and make it a 4-1 game. But the Bengals have things were exactly where they want them after 20 minutes of play. A nice, comfortable lead to start off with, and plenty of momentum to go into second period play. Our coverage of Buffalo State College Club hockey is brought to you by 95 Nutrition. Healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition. Order online from their 8 Western New York locations for pickup or delivery. Find out more information online at 95nutrition.com. Our coverage also brought to you by Colvin Cleaners. Dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, tailoring, restoration, and all garment services. Colvin Cleaners, the Buffalo Niagara region's premier green earth dry cleaner. And it's also where the Buffalo State College Club hockey team goes to keep their uniforms the sharpest in the league. ColvinCleaners.com or visit them on Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. And this broadcast also brought to you by Envious Gameware, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State College Club hockey, making high-end custom team uniforms, bags, and apparel. Find them online, EnviousGameware.com. We're going to step away now for the first intermission. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for period number 2. Support for Buffalo State College Club hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 856-2872 or militello.com. Supporters also include Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. COVID testing, vaccinations, and boosters available at Ivy Lee, along with CBD products, home health care, and all of your pharmacy needs. Ivy Lee Pharmacy, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or ivyleepharmacy.com. Supporters also include Town Auto, for over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. Support for Buffalo State College Club hockey also comes from the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store, with everyday low prices on a great selection of wines and spirits. The Hurdle Parker Liquor Store on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. Support also comes from the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. NarchisLaw.com. Our coverage also brought to you by 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and to reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition, and you can order online from their 8 Western New York locations for pickup or delivery. More information, 95nutrition.com. And this broadcast is brought to you by Colvin Cleaners. Dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, tailoring, restoration, and all of your garment needs. Colvin Cleaners, the Buffalo Niagara region's premier green earth dry cleaner, and also where the Buffalo State Bengals go to keep their uniforms, the sharpest looking ones in the league. ColvinCleaners.com or visit them on Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. We're about set now for second period play as the teams are taking the ice here. Getting set for the second period here as the Bengals come in with a comfortable 4-1 lead after 20 minutes of play. Good evening. My name is Aaron Elpern, and I am enjoying the color commentary today of Jeff Jazarowski, also doing the camera operating duties, double duties here today. Never an easy task. I've never been able to do camera operating and anything else at once, so I'm more than impressed by your work so far today, Jeff. Thank you so much for giving me at least a little bit of a break here on the call.
No problem, Aaron. Thank the Buff State team for making it easy on me, keeping it played down in one zone so I don't have to move the camera all too much.
That makes sense to me. It's certainly been a successful period from the Bengals' perspective. They started off quick, getting the game's first 4 goals, and it was only a late goal on a goal-mouth scramble on the power play that got Behrend on the board late. But it is a 4-1 lead for the Buffalo State Bengals after 20 minutes of play, and we are now set for second period play from the Erie Bank Sports Park here in Erie, Pennsylvania, as the Bengals kick off their second half of the season with a 2-game road trip. It is here in Erie tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon in Olean, as the Bengals have 2 different divisional games here this weekend. First, it is the Barron College Lions, and then the Alfred State Pioneers. With 2 wins, the Bengals can clinch the UNY CHL West Division title. Bengals in the offensive zone here. John Glasgow looking for an opportunity, just slid that pass right in front of the net, and Rupert unable to kind of settle it down and get that shot in on goal, but Bengals keeping the puck here in the offensive zone as Rupert gets it down low to Sardina. Sardina back to Rupert, cross-ice pass to Glasgow and a wide-open net to put it into, and he does so, getting it past the goaltender before he can slide across. John Glasgow has the Bengals' 5th goal of the game, and it's quickly here in the second period, just 34 seconds into the action. The Bengals get another one past Colin Vistarkey, and it's now 5-1 in favor of the Bengals.
Another great play right there, getting it deep into the zone to start the period off the face-off, and then using the cycle to bring the puck all the way around the edge of the boards. Good pass across from Anton Rupert to a wide-open and Johnny Glasgow, and nets it on an open net there.
And I can assure the viewers at home that it looked really good, despite the fact that our camera has frozen somewhere in the process of resurfacing the ice. As I see on the feed, it is just a nice, clean-looking sheet of ice, and I will hopefully get that figured out here as we can get the video back up and running here in short order before too long gone in the second period. As said, though, it is a 5-1 lead in favor of the Bengals as we try to sort through our little bit of technical issues here on the video feed as we come to you from the Erie Bank Sports Park outside of Erie, Pennsylvania. Now we got everything sorted here on the video, and we are back to the action. Just a minute into the second period, it's a 5-1 lead for the Bengals as John Glasgow has his second of the game on a pretty passing play down low. Set up perfectly there on the far side as the passing came from his line mates Rupert and Sardina. Bengals working the puck nicely in the offensive zone. The cross-ice pass to Glasgow, and he had a lot of room to fire that into the empty net, giving his team the 5-1 lead. Barron College getting into the offensive zone here as they look for a response, but Gallivan comes out with that puck. Now he has some room to take it up ice into the Barron College zone. The defenseman gives him plenty of room, and Gallivan ends up carrying it in behind the net. Maybe wasn't expecting the defenseman to give him that much of a cushion. Gallivan carrying it out toward the point, gets it to Jeff Hyde, who ends up on his knees in the near corner. Puck comes back up the near boards. We're getting in the way is Joe Lotempio. Back to the point to Gallivan. Shot right in on goal. Redirected late by Schultz. Luke's puck sitting there in the crease. Lotempio tries to spin a shot in on goal. It's under the goaltender there for a brief moment as Bistarki was struggling to get back into position. Bengals with a golden opportunity there. Just couldn't get that one past the goaltender as he was down and out, scrambling for position in the crease. Bengals getting the puck up ice, but it's going to be Sean Parks getting in the way of that pass. He quickly sends it right back into the Buff State zone, and the Barron College Lions make a couple of changes. Puck in the far corner as Gallivan tries to poke it around behind a Barron College player, but getting in the way of that one is Migliorisi, and he feeds it around behind the net to keep the pressure going in the offensive zone. Barron College still with possession of the puck down low. Shot coming from a difficult angle there as it was Norgard trying to get that one past the goaltender Kowalski. Kowalski making the stop. Now the puck just inside the Buff State blue line as it was up against a stick that was down on the ice. And that created some difficulty for the Bengals to move it up ice, and now Migliorisi chases it down in the offensive zone. Tries to come out to the near post. Defenseman meets him before he can get it out in front of the net. Now the Bengals started up ice with Ryan Miller. 2-on-2 with Miller and Hunt. Miller fakes the drop pass, takes a shot himself, gets his own rebound in behind the net, gets a pass into the slot. Kelly winds up with a slap shot. It gets through the goaltender, but just barely squirts out wide of the near post. Ryan Kelly with a ton on that slap shot. A lot of room to let it go. Good save made by Bistarki. Almost didn't get enough of it to keep it from getting past him and getting into the net. Did manage to slide just wide, though. But Elliott Hunt finds a rebound. A loose puck in front of the net. Stick handles it to a free area of the ice and gets it past the goaltender Bistarki. It's now 6-1 Bengals. I said to be careful about number 9 here on this ice. Maybe those good vibes would get him back into scoring. He's got 2 here tonight. It's now 6-1 Buff State.
He definitely did not lie to you, Aaron. He definitely wanted to get off to a hot start the second half of the season, and he's fulfilling that promise to you.
Well, you don't tell the announcer that you're going to score in the second half of the season and then don't follow it up. He's already got 2 goals in a little bit more than a period and 4 minutes, a period and 3 minutes into this one. And the Bengals have forced a goalie change here from the Barron College Lions as a very upset Colin Bistarki heads to the bench, slamming his stick into the box, then climbing in and clearly not happy with how things have gone here in the early going. And replacing him will be number 29, Tristan Grimm, in net now for the Barron College Lions as they are in a 6-1 hole. Buff State Bengals looking to continue to add to it as they have pressure here in the offensive zone. Sardina with it as he carries it out towards the point, tries to spin a shot in towards the net. It goes wide into the near corner, but Sardina keeps it in here at the near point. Down low to Rupert. Rupert looking for Glasgow. He had a man on him, and Rupert just skates it away from traffic, then lets a shot go. That one looked like it got through the goaltender. He might have gotten a little bit of it. It ended up going wide into the corner. Bengals, though, keeping it in there at the far point. Great play by Kelly as he keeps it in twice. Takes the shot himself off the blocker of Grimm. Good scoring opportunity created by number 13 there as he made a good play at the point, then walked it in for that scoring chance. John Glasgow with the puck coming right back to him. He has it right on the forehand. He rips that wrist shot past the goaltender. Now 7-1 Bengals, as that is another goal for John Glasgow. The Bengals just pouring it on now. It's a 6-goal lead here. We're not even just over 4 minutes into period number 2.
That's the Hattie for him, Aaron. He came out ready to play today, too.
So we got 3 goals for John Glasgow, 2 for Elliott Hunt, 7 in total for the Buffalo State Bengals. And this is a rout in the making here as the Bengals have a 6-goal lead. And we'll see if they just keep that foot on the gas pedal as they get the line of Lotempio, Schultz, and Gallivan out there. Ben Gallivan finding that loose puck right off the faceoff. He carries it into the offensive zone, takes a little bit of a bump from Tristan Hain, comes back to the point. Cole Newman lets a hard wrist shot go, just barely missing the near post. Puck comes back to the near point now. Shot taken there through traffic. Ryan Hahn can't get it in on net, and that gives an opportunity for Rogers to get it up ice for Barron College. Rogers getting it deep in the Buff State zone. He then collides with Ryan Hahn. Hahn finding a little bit of space to get it up ice, but keeping it in here at the point is Sean Parks for Penn State. Puck then comes back to Hahn, and he gets it up ice. Finds Zach Schultz with it. He's got some speed through the neutral zone. On to Ben Gallivan. Gallivan then back to Schultz in the slot. Shot right in on goal. Rebound sitting there. Kicked out towards the goaltender. Goaltender just had to throw his leg on top of it. Actually got kind of lucky that it ended up bouncing back to him. He wasn't in exactly the most perfect position to make a save there. Did manage to cover it up, keep the Bengals from getting their 8th of the game. And now he has a defensive zone faceoff coming up to his left. 15 minutes and 13 seconds now remaining here in the second period. Bengals win the faceoff cleanly back to the point. Shot taken through traffic, redirected late by Schultz. Didn't quite get to the goaltender, but the Bengals have possession of it. It's Ben Gallivan on the far side. Gallivan down low to Schultz. Schultz looking to give it back to him. Actually had two different men to pass it to there in front of the net. Neither one of those passing connections made it, and the Barron College Lions come back in the other direction, but it's going to be Ryan Hahn taking his man off the puck. Now looking to settle things down in behind the net and start the breakout. Gets it up to the captain, Joe Lotempio. Lotempio exiting the zone, moving it up ice to Zach Schultz, but a good defensive play there at the Barron College blue line by Sean Parks. Now Parks looks to get it up ice, but a good play at the Buff State blue line to keep him from getting too far into the zone. Ben Gallivan now comes back in the opposite direction, looking to set something up. He had Schultz there with him. Bengals unable to get a shot in on goal there, as now Rogozin comes up the near side with some speed. Gets it into the Buff State zone, then takes a bump there from Jeff Hyde. Good play by Hyde to knock him off of that puck, but it appears that we're going to have a penalty called behind the play, as it is an elbowing call being signaled by the back referee. And we'll have to see who this penalty is called on. It looks like it is the Buff State Bengals getting this one, and it is number 44, Zach Schultz, heading to the box. Jeff, did you see that? Because I certainly did.
I did not see it as well. It was way behind the play. The ref caught it, though.
As mentioned, it was the back official that was signaling the call, so can't really blame Jeff and I for not seeing exactly what happened, but we can tell you this much. It is an elbowing call, and it's 2 minutes against number 44, Zach Schultz. So he'll sit in the box, and the Barron College Lions get another chance on the power play, but the Bengals quickly clearing it the length of the ice. And now Anton Rupert down, putting some pressure on the goaltender, but both of them end up spilling to the ice as Rupert went to stop and just lost his balance. He ended up taking out the goaltender Grimm, and now Grimm is slow getting back to the ice as Anton Rupert rejoins the play. Shoots a glance back at the goaltender to make sure he's okay. Big slap shot taken here on the near side as Szymanski loaded that one up from the near point. Shot was deflected, up and out of play, and now we check back on the Barron College goalie to make sure he's doing okay, as the officials over there having a conversation with him, as he and Anton Rupert just got tangled up once Rupert slipped trying to stop there along the goal line. Appears that Grimm is okay. The official sees that he's doing all right. Now we're ready for the faceoff here in the Buff State zone. Minute 36 remaining in the penalty to Schultz. Barron College settling it down. It's Easton Hooks with the puck in behind the net. Good to see him back out there. He had a rough go of it in the first period, getting hit into the open bench door and also blocking a shot with his hand. But number 10 back out there on the power play for the Barron College Lions, showing some clear toughness there as one of their leaders, the captain of the Barron College Lions, number 10, Easton Hooks, back out there at his wing position here on the power play. A minute 21 now remaining in the Barron College man advantage.
That's definitely some hard air. And both those hits are more than enough to take someone out of a game, and he fought through both of them, and he's still playing.
Each of them individually, you wouldn't find any fault with somebody from having to check out because of those. The two of them together, and you definitely see somebody with a ton of heart out there playing right now, number 10, Easton Hooks.
Both in quick succession, too.
Yeah, it was like back-to-back shifts. He blocked the shot with his hand, then got hit into the bench door. Bad stretch of time there for the Barron College player, but obviously good to see him back out there. None the two worse for wear, even though I'm sure he'll be a little bit sore in the morning from the hit into the bench. Good penalty kill there is Elliot Hunt doing some good work to lug the puck around the neutral zone and kill off time in the Bengals penalty. Puck comes into the offensive zone, and Hunt's the first one to it there. Now trying to get something, gets it to Guerrera. Guerrera with 2 chances, and it's the second one he beats the goaltender with. It's a shorthanded goal for the Bengals. Now an 8-1 lead as Michael Guerrera has 2 goals on the evening now. It seems to be a nice multiple goal game for the Bengals. Hunt has 2, Guerrera has 2, and John Glasgow has 3 as the Bengals now lead this one 8-1.
I wonder if during the intermission they were making bets on who was going to get the most goals this game, because everyone seems to come out firing.
Certainly one of those games where you want to add to your point stats, and some opportunities to do so as the Bengals are piling up the goals so far. We're not even halfway through the contest, and it's already an 8-1 lead for the Bengals. They are still killing off a penalty. It should be noted that was a shorthanded goal that they scored there, something they did well very well early in the season. They had a period of time where they had more shorthanded goals than they allowed power play goals against. It didn't quite continue through the season, but good to see the second half starting with that shorthanded scoring coming back again. Bengals doing a good job of just killing the rest of this penalty. Now 5 seconds remaining in the Barron College man advantage as Elliott Hunt forces a loose puck in the offensive zone. Barron College just has to be careful not to turn it over there in the high slot as Nagel battles for a loose puck there in the corner, comes back out in front as Guerrera had a chance to get another shot in on goal as he was looking for his 3rd of the evening. Guerrera's got it here now in the near side, feeds a backhand pass out in front to Hunt. Hunt lets the shot go, but it gets deflected up and off the glass. Bengals keeping it in now as they play 5-on-5 here in period number 2. Ryan Hahn keeping it in here at the near point, but it does eventually come back out into the neutral zone, and then it's dumped into the offensive end by Brandon Lawrence. Alex Hussey is the first one to it for the Bengals as he feeds a pass up the near boards. Bengals unable to get it out on the first attempt. The second one also doesn't get out as Barron College doing a good job of keeping it in, but the Bengals do finally relieve the pressure before Morgan heads back up ice trying to get a pass up to Rudiger. Rudiger watching Hahn as Hahn gets a pass up to Zach Schultz. Schultz then quickly on to Ben Gallivan, and now Gallivan in towards the net. He goes to the backhand and puts it up over the goaltender's shoulder, up into the top part of the net, knocking the water bottle off, and it's now 9-1 Buff State. As you can officially call this one a rout, Ben Gallivan gets his first of the game, first of the second semester, and now his 15th of the season as the Bengals just continue to pile up the goals here in this one, now a 9-1 lead.
I think they might have heard you, Aaron, talking about them not being able to keep the gas pedal down. They're firing in all cylinders.
If they felt a little bit challenged from me, then I'm glad to do my part to help the team, Jeff. Barron College, though, looking for an answer as that backhand shot is taken. There's Easton Hooks letting that shot go. A good, solid save made by Anthony Kowalski as he hasn't been very busy here in the second period. He made a number of good saves in the first period. All of the Barron College shots seem to be high-danger opportunities. Stopped a number of good ones. Only gave up the 1 goal on that net mouth scramble. A good save there in the backhand from Easton Hooks as Anthony Kowalski making the most of his first start as a Buffalo State Bengal. Bengals now in the offensive zone. Ryan Kelly keeping it in at the far boards. He has 2 different Barron College players on him, and PSB does manage to clear the zone. But heading back into the Buff State territory for it is Cole Newman. Newman's first pass goes off the skates of a Barron College player. Then he does manage to get it out to center ice. But PSB quickly countering, getting it back into Buff State territory. Now Brandon Morgan putting some pressure there on Ben Gallivan, the most recent Bengals goal scorer. Gallivan getting it up ice. He's got Zach Schultz here. Schultz along to Cole Newman. Newman looking for that top corner, shoots it high and wide, and now some speed. Here's going to be Szymanski through the neutral zone for Barron College. Szymanski towards the net, now trying to circle the net and get that pass out in front, just hit the side, unable to find his man that was coming streaking in late on the play, Rogers. Puck sent now back into Buff State territory as Kelly flips a pass through the neutral zone, gets all the way into the Barron College territory. Now Sardina setting it up there. Nice move to get free of one man. Now looking for a pass in front of the net. He's got a man coming in late, just couldn't quite get it to Lotempio. And that gives Braden Morgan the chance to move it up ice. Morgan gains the blue line, carries it into the far corner, takes a little bit of a bump there on the far side. Still maintaining possession of it, though, as he's got it on his backhand here on the near side. Shot taken from Parks on the near boards. Save made by Kowalski as it comes out to the far corner now. Poked along ahead as Barron keeps it in the offensive zone. Migliorisi trying to find a passing lane to get that one out in front, but Cole Newman clears it out of the zone, getting it all the way around behind the net and getting it just into center ice where Anton Rupert tries to pick it up. Just can't handle it there, and now it's going to be Rogozin. Rogozin into the offensive zone for Barron College. Takes a bump from Kelly as Kelly forces him off the puck. Now it's scrambled in the skates of a couple of different players, and Szymanski's the one that comes away with it. Shot taken from the point, goes into the pants of Rogozin, then he settles it down, tries to get it in towards the net, and now Sardina might have a step on the defenseman, but a good play by Hain to recover there and to make sure that the opportunity didn't develop there for the Bengals. Puck in the neutral zone now. Ryan Hahn goes D to D. He's got Ryan Kelly, and Kelly has a lot of room to work with on the far side. Just takes advantage of that room and dumps it in, then heads to the bench for a change. Bengals set up that offensive pressure here as Rupert's down low, putting some pressure on the defenseman down there on the near side. Puck comes out the near boards. Glasgow trying to keep it moving, but Barron College gains the control of the puck and gets it out to Szymanski. Szymanski into the offensive zone looking for a pass, but he's got a man right on him. Ryan Hahn not giving him any room to work with, and Szymanski ends up just retreating and getting the puck back into the neutral zone. Penn State Barron College moving it up ice, but not connecting on a pass there. The Bengals quickly countering. Down to low tempo. Actually, that's Gosen getting knocked off the puck there down low after he took the pass from Glasgow. Now back to the point. Hahn's shot through traffic, gets blocked, and now Hahn has to play defense as three different Barron College players were right there on top of him trying to find control of a loose puck. Ends up being an offsides play, and Ryan Hahn scoops up the puck and tosses it to the referee. And we'll get things restarted here with a neutral zone faceoff and 7:51 to go in second period play. Score remains 9-1 in favor of the Buff State Bengals. A great start here to second semester play as the Bengals have come out with an offensive explosion here, scoring 9 goals in not even a period and a half of hockey. Barron College, though, with control of the puck off the faceoff as the toughest player on the ice, Easton Hooks, starts the breakout by dropping it back to his defenseman. Braden Morgan, the puck in behind his own net right now, makes a move to get away from one different man. A little bit of a dangerous spot to make that move, but he executed it nicely. Unfortunately for him, his pass up ice didn't succeed, but now Hooks has it in the offensive zone, lets a shot go. That one hit the outside of the post. Hooks now has it again here at the far point, loads up a slap shot. That misses the net wide. Now the Bengals clear the zone as Hager feeds it into center ice, gets it up to Glasgow. Glasgow lets a hard slap shot go, looking for his fourth of the day. Looked like the goaltender might have gotten a little bit of it before it ended up going wide. Now a loose puck in center ice. It's Hooks and Glasgow trying to find it. Hooks gets the better of him there, but Ryan Hahn coming back hard into his own zone, gets him off of that puck with the stick lift, and now John Glasgow dialing it up and getting that speed going through the neutral zone. Glasgow now looking for that shot, tries to get it through traffic, gets his own rebound, gets the shot in on goal. Grimm makes the save. He wasn't exactly sure he had it, though, as it was caught up in his jersey and shoulder pads. Did hang on and make the save, and we'll have a stoppage in play with a faceoff coming up inside the Barron College zone now with 6:46 to go here in the second period. Still the 9-1 lead in favor of the Bengals.
Very great transitional play there by Johnny Glasgow, who all made a part due to a great defensive play by Ryan Hahn, tracking back on a Penn State Barron player. That had a little bit of speed going into the offensive zone there.
Puck scrambled just out in front of the Buff State blue line, but Barron College does manage to get it deep into the Bengals zone. Rogozin putting some pressure on down low. As now the puck is slid up the side and it gets out to center ice as Ryan Miller has a step on the defender, tries to drive in towards the net, gets driven down and into the goaltender. Both the Buff State player and the Penn State Barron College goaltender end up down on the ice inside the net with the net off of its moorings. Hopefully both of them can get back to their skates without too much being the worse for wear. They both appear to be doing just fine. And we'll be ready for an offensive zone faceoff for the Bengals with 6:14 now to go in second period play. Still a 9-1 lead in favor of the Bengals. As the referee gets the net settled back into its proper position, a reminder that support for Buffalo State College Club hockey comes from Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. Barron College breaking it out of the zone quickly off of the faceoff, but Ryan Kelly ties his man up, denying that offensive charge, but he ends up doing maybe a little bit too much, taking the man down on the play, and he gets whistled for the holding call. And so it's going to deliver an opportunity on the power play to Penn State Barron College. They could certainly use it here as they trail by a 9-1 count. They did score on the power play in the first period, so this could be an opportunity for them to get back into the action.
Holding might be a very generous call there, but you may call me a little bit of a homer. I don't really see how a player can twist and turn around and slash someone if he's being held. But I'm not a referee.
And nobody's really going to consult us for what we think about these penalty calls anyway, despite the fact that we have no problem offering our opinions.
I'm good at giving opinions.
That's certainly a good thing for color commentary then. Penn State setting up their power play here. It's Szymanski trying to load up that wrist shot from the near point. Good block there by Ryan Miller, as a couple of different Bengals were in the shooting lane there. Now it's Miller going to be getting the puck here as he almost got sprung for a breakaway pass by Elliott Hunt. Maybe just had a little bit too much pace on it for him to handle. Ends up serving as a pretty good clear, though, as now the Bengals look to set up some more pressure. Elliott Hunt with the puck on his stick here. Kicks it forward to himself, just can't maintain possession of it to get it around the Barron College defenseman. Szymanski in the other direction, lets a shot go from an angle. Pad save made by Kowalski. Rebound comes out towards the slot, but a hand pass is called to stop play. And so we'll have a face-off here in the Buff State zone with 5:18 to go in the period, a minute 16 remaining in the penalty to Buffalo State. Like the Bengals weren't necessarily agreeing with the hand pass call that was made there, but face-off will come down here in the Bengals zone. Barron College winning the draw. A couple of different Barron College players kind of getting in each other's way, but they do manage to separate and set up their power play. Pass comes across, and it's going to be fed down low by Szymanski. Szymanski to Rogers, and then back to the point to Szymanski. This is Ben Rogers here at the near point. He switches positions with number 5, Szymanski, and now back to the midpoint as it's walked across the blue line by Osborne and then fed back down low. Barron controlling the puck but not gaining too much off of it, not really generating a whole lot. That was the first shot attempt of the power play as Szymanski just kind of walked in across the red line and took a shot from a tough angle. Save was made by Kowalski, covers up in the aftermath, and now 45 seconds remaining in the Buff State penalty to Ryan Kelly.
Good penalty kill so far. Buff State's kept everyone to the outside until that drag to the middle there, but it didn't get a whole lot of wood on it going towards the goalie.
Puck comes out into the Barron College zone, and a foot race won by Ben Gallivan. Gallivan now has the puck, and the Penn State Barron College player falls on the play. Plenty of opportunity here to kill off time as Gallivan just ends up getting it back to the defenseman. And then Jeff Hyde just sends it right back into the Barron College zone. Now just 20 seconds remaining in the Barron College power play. PSB coming up the near side. It's Migliarisi. Cuts in towards the slot. Gets a shot in on goal. Kowalski making that save. Now a loose puck in behind the net. Barron finding possession of it with 7 seconds remaining on their power play. Pass in behind the net from Lawrence. Comes out in front of the net, but good defense to get in the way there. And then it ends up coming across the blue line as the Buff State power play, or the Buff State penalty expires. Morgan walks it into the zone. Lets a shot go, but that one misses the net. As the Bengals back to even strength here as we are under 4 minutes to play in the second period. John Glasgow with 3 goals already today, carries it into the offensive zone. A pair of drop passes back to Gallivan. Gallivan makes a move to get free. One shot in on goal, save made by Grimm. As Gallivan had plenty of time to think about it and look at what he was shooting at there. Grimm stayed with him, though, and made the shoulder save. Glasgow laying a hip check into a player there in the middle center ice area, right in front of the scorer's box. Barron College player goes to the bench afterwards as Gallivan gets it up into the offensive zone, lets a shot go. It goes off the side of the net. And now it comes out the near side as the Bengals try to keep it in. It's down low to Glasgow. He's got Lotempio in front. Just couldn't quite connect on that pass as Joe Lotempio was in a great spot to get a scoring opportunity. Just couldn't quite handle that pass from Glasgow from below the goal line. 3 minutes to go now in the second period. It's a 9-1 lead for the Bengals as Ryan Kelly carries the puck up ice into the neutral zone, getting it to Glasgow. Bounces off of his stick, but he sticks with it there in the offensive zone before being knocked off of it by Morgan. Morgan now heading up ice. He's got some room to work with, but he's got Sardina pestering him there from behind. Barron College gets it into the offensive zone, but Ryan Kelly getting his man off of the puck there and allowing the Bengals to break it out of the zone. It's Glasgow and Rupert cutting into the Barron College territory. Glasgow looking for a pass in front. He's got Rupert right on the doorstep. Rupert just can't quite get it past the goaltender as he was right in there tight to the netminder, Grimm. Not a whole lot of room to let a shot go or to make a move. Grimm ends up covering it on the play and keeping this one an 8-goal hockey game. 2:32 now left in second period play. Offensive zone draw coming up again for the Buff State Bengals.
Grimm got that one gift wrapped to him. Just the deflection off the defenseman's stick slowly rolls right into his leg pads right there for him to cover up.
One of those plays where if it develops a fraction in a quicker fashion, maybe Rupert has a little bit more room there to get a decent shot off or to make a move. Just didn't quite work out for the Bengals, but things have been working out pretty well for them offensively so far today. That goes without saying, as they have 9 goals on the scoreboard, and we still have 2 minutes left to go in second period play. Puck comes into the center ice area. Here comes a break opportunity for Rupert. Just kind of slows it down. Now looking for the pass across to Glasgow. Goes to the backhand and hits the goalpost. Made the move to get himself the room to shoot that one past the goaltender. Had a pretty good-sized box there to put it into in the top part of the net. Just couldn't beat the goalpost as it hit the pipe and came out into the slot. Under 2 minutes now to go in the second period as Alex Hussey looks to start it up ice. He's got it on his backhand as he gets it into the neutral zone, but it's sent right back into Buff State territory. Now John Glasgow settles it down right in front of his own net. Bengals now slowly starting their breakout as Ryan Kelly skates backwards in behind his own net. Looking for a pass as the Bengals not really giving him a whole lot to work with here as it does finally come into center ice, but that one is not surprisingly intercepted, and Barron College comes back in the opposite direction. Opportunity there from the slot as a hard wrist shot let go by Ben Rogers, just missing that top corner. He was looking to go high blocker, just missed the net, ended up hitting the glass. Puck down low, then fed out in front. Ryan Kelly relieves the pressure and gets it up ice to Sardina. Sardina gains the blue line, looks to let that shot go. He does and gets a lot on it, but a good glove save made by Tristan Grimm. Makes the glove save and holds on for a whistle. Now exactly a minute left to go in the period. As I glanced over at the scoreboard and was a little bit confused to see it read 6:00. So it's exactly 60 seconds, 60.0 seconds left in the period, or a minute. Either way you want to look at it. Minute left in the frame. It's a 9-1 lead for the Bengals as they look to put some more pressure on here in the offensive zone. Kept in here at the point by Ryan Hahn. Had a man right on him, and he walks in and lets the shot go. Grimm making a good glove save there. Now the puck comes out to center ice. Szymanski up ice with it. Szymanski trying to get it around Cole Newman, but good play there by number 29, making a couple of different poke checks. It was that second poke check that finally got the stick on the puck and forced his man off of it before there was a Barron College scoring opportunity. 30 seconds now left to go in the second period as the puck comes out towards the slot. Hager trying to get it out of the zone. Gets a little bit of help there on the play from Hahn. Also, Michael Guerrera in there getting it up ice. And now the Bengals into the offensive zone with 20 seconds to go in the period. Guerrera into the slot. Puck bounces over the stick of Alex Gosin, but it's kept in on the far side by Cole Newman. Back to the point to Newman, and he walks in, lets a shot go, right in on goal. Rebound sitting there in front of the net. Hager unable to get to that to get a second opportunity in on goal. Now just 5 seconds in the period as Guerrera tries to get that pass out in front. Had Gosin there, just couldn't quite settle it down. A second opportunity to get it in front. Not enough time to get that scoring opportunity off the ground, and that is the way period number 2 will come to a conclusion. Another solid period there from the Bengals as they had a lot of pressure on in the offensive zone. They created plenty more scoring opportunities, and they got a bunch more goals in that period. It's now a 9-1 lead in favor of the Buff State Bengals as they are well on their way toward a successful start to the second half of the 2021-22 campaign.
Another good period by the Buff State Bengals. They came out aggressive, unlike what you would think they would do, sending with a 4-1 lead to begin the period. They came out aggressive, doubled their scoreline, made it 9-1. Not to understand what the defense and the goaltending is doing. The defense is playing very solid, being safe, and making the puck transition up the ice quickly and efficiently, allowing the scorers to put the puck in the back of the net.
It's been a good performance from all the way through the lineup for the Bengals so far. Goaltending, defense, and up front. They've done exactly what they would have liked to do if you would have put a blueprint out there for exactly what this game had to offer and what the Bengals wanted to do in this contest. They've certainly done it so far through 2 periods of play. 20 more minutes, though. Plenty to work on, though, as they get ready for a stretch run towards the postseason. It's a 9-1 lead for the Buff State Bengals after 40 minutes of play. And support for Buffalo State College Club Hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 856-2872 or militello.com. Supporters also include Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. With COVID testing, vaccinations, and boosters available, Ivy Lee also has CBD products, home health care, and all of your other pharmacy needs. Ivy Lee is at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore or ivyleepharmacy.com. This broadcast is brought to you by Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. Our coverage also brought to you by the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store. With everyday low prices on a great selection of wines and spirits, the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store can be found on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. This broadcast also brought to you by the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. Online, narchislaw.com. Broadcast supporters also include 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition. Online, 95nutrition.com. We're going to step away now for the second intermission as the ice is resurfaced. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with third period action. We're at the Erie Bank Sports Park in Erie, Pennsylvania, as the Buffalo State Bengals kick off their second half of the 2021-22 season, and they lead this one by a 9-1 count over the Penn State-Behrend College Lions. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned. And welcome back to Erie in the Erie Bank Sports Park as we get ready for third period play between the Buffalo State College Bengals and the Penn State-Behrend College Lions. The Bengals kicking off the second half of the 2021-22 season here with a UNY-CHO West Division matchup. And the Bengals have a chance this weekend to claim the West Division title. They're well on their way so far here in this contest. It's a 9-1 lead after 2 periods of play. Thank you so much for joining us. My name's Aaron Elpern, joined on the call by color commentator / camera operator tonight, Jeff Jazarowski, as we get third period play underway. Bengals are leading this one by a convincing 9-1 margin as they look to start off their second half with a successful weekend here in Erie, then tomorrow in Olean. Puck just inside the Bengals zone right now as Behrend puts a little bit of pressure on here in the offensive zone. Lawrence has it there in the near corner. Had a little bit of time to feed a pass in behind the net. Now a pass out in front. That one hits a skate. And now Joe Lotempio out and towards center ice, getting the puck up ice for the Bengals. Lotempio gains the blue line, but he stood up there. Good recovery and some puck support there from Zach Schultz, getting the puck in deeper in the offensive zone. Schultz then tries to spin a pass out in front of the net. Just 2 Behrend players there getting in the way, keeping that one from getting to any Bengals players there in front. Now a collision along the blue line. Kelly stepping into his man, allowing the Bengals to keep it in. It does come out into the Buff State territory, though, eventually, as Behrend College able to clear the zone. Bengals, though, quickly countering, getting it back into the offensive end, as it was Joe Lotempio looking to make something happen there. Got cut off at the pass, though, and the puck goes back into the Buff State zone, where it's going to be Elliott Hunt looking to start up ice. Gets a pass to Gallivan. Gallivan can't handle it as Szymanski was quickly on him. Szymanski can't get it much further than the Buff State blue line, and the Bengals come up the ice now with Gallivan. Gallivan tries to drop it to Guerrera. That pass doesn't connect, and that allows Behrend College to clear the zone, get it back into Buffalo State territory. It's all the way in on the goaltender, Kowalski. Throws the catching hand over it and covers up as we are little bit less than 2 minutes into the action here in the third period. It's a 9-1 lead, still in favor of the Buff State Bengals. Face-off coming up now to the left of Kowalski here in the offensive zone for Behrend College.
Don't think Kowalski's going to take too many chances. He's playing a really good game right now. Oh, and he's not going to allow a weak goal in the third here.
Szymanski brings it into the offensive zone for Behrend College. Not much going there on his offhand. Just tries to circle in that far corner, get a pass out in front. Bengals do manage to clear the zone, but Easton Hooks picks it up there in center ice, sends it right back into Buff State territory. First one to it there is the big defenseman Ryan Hahn. He tries to get a pass up ice. He had Guerrera there toward the blue line of Buff State, just couldn't connect on it. Goes all the way back into Behrend College territory. Where starting it up ice, it's going to be Nick Osborne. Osborne can't get it out of the zone, though, and it's going to be Ryan Miller keeping it in. Miller now driving it deep into the offensive zone. He takes a hit there in the near corner, as Behrend College doing a good job of getting Miller off of that puck, and then the high floating attempt to get the puck lobbed into the neutral zone ends up going off the ceiling of the building. And that one is going to result in a stoppage in play with a little bit less than 3 minutes gone here in third period action. The faceoff will come back down into Behrend College territory. Some conversation here before the puck is dropped, but it's going to be Rupert and Rogozin on for the draw. Bengals getting control of it, set down in behind the net. Rupert has it there. He's looking for a pass in front. He has Glasgow setting up there, trying to get himself open and free for a pass. Now Sardina has it, and he circles back in towards the corner. Now gets a puck back to the point. He's got Kelly here with a backhand pass back to Sardina. Sardina lets a hard wrist shot go from the mid-slot. Good save made by Tristan Grimm as he had to squeeze the arm and the side together to keep that one from getting past him. And he keeps this one a 9-1 lead in favor of the Bengals.
Absolutely swallowed that one. Real nice save. Kept it in tight. No rebound given.
Puck now on the far point. Shot attempt there from Cole Newman doesn't get through as there were a couple of different Behrend College players setting up there in front of the net, collapsing there towards their goaltender. They only get it out into the neutral zone briefly as the Bengals come right back in. It's going to be Anton Rupert now circling the net, looking for a pass back to the point to Newman. Newman lets the shot go. He's got a man in front. Looked like it hit Glasgow there in the hand as he has got his glove off, and he's trying to shake off the effects of that shot. Slowly rejoining the play as the puck is back in the Buff State territory. Kelly just tries to flip it out of the zone. It's kept in by Tristan Grimm, but it was rolling on him as he tried to get a shot in towards the net, so it ends up going up and out of play. just barely over the glass and into the protective netting. So the face-off coming now in the Buff State territory, or it might come out to the neutral zone because it was the Barron College player that let that shot go. Yeah, it will come out just outside the Buff State blue line as the Bengals will get a new set of players out there for this face-off. Just a little bit more than 5 minutes gone here in third period play. Is on for the draw. It's going to be Rogers and Lotempio. Quickly into the offensive zone. Morgan lets a slap shot go. Good blocker save made by Kowalski. Bengals gain control of the puck. Now look to start quickly up ice. It's Schultz looking for a pass to Lotempio. Out of the range, though, as Bengals now try to get it in here after a scramble on the boards, but going back in the other direction, it's the Barron College Lions. Kept in now by Lawrence. Lawrence tries to get that one out in front. He had a man there, just couldn't quite get the pass to him. Good defensive play there from Morgan to step in from his point position to carry it in. Gets a hard shot in on goal, then takes a big hit. And then there's a little bit of a response there as it was Ryan Hahn laying the hard shoulder into Morgan there after Morgan let the shot go. Morgan is still down on the ice after feeling the effects of that hit. A different Barron College player immediately went over toward Hahn and gave him a little bit of a shot. Not too much continuing after that, though. It appears that Hahn is getting a penalty on the play, as that was a very hard hit down low in the Bengals zone. And finally, the Barron College player has gotten back to his skates, now heading back towards the bench. Having a couple of words there for a couple of the players in orange. Not exactly sure what that conversation might be, what might be entailed in that conversation, but he does seem to be getting his wits back to him there and heading to the bench. He seems to be doing all right. Hopefully he's back out on the ice there as the third period continues.
Not sure if they're going to get both there. I think they're just getting Hahn for a high check there.
He definitely delivered a hard hit on Morgan, and it was one of those types of violent checks, the ones that you're seeing called more and more these days. Whether or not it's a clean hit or a properly delivered hit doesn't seem to be necessarily part of the equation. Oftentimes it's just a question of whether or not it looks bad. If it does, it's frequently going to be called, and that might have been the case with that one right there as Morgan walked in to let that shot go, and he paid the price for doing so as it was a stern hit laid on him by number 22, Ryan Hahn. So it's a 2-minute penalty to Hahn, and a couple of different players being moved around here in the face-off as the linesman seems to have had an issue with how Schultz was lined up. Finally does drop it for Miller as the Bengals have to kill off a penalty here. Now they have a puck coming out into the neutral zone. Almost had an opportunity for a 1-on-0 or a 2-on-0 as both Schultz and Miller were in a foot race with the defenseman there from Barron College, Szymanski, but it was the PSB player getting to it. Shot coming in from the point. Hain letting that one go. A pad save made by Kowalski as Barron College keeps it going here in the offensive zone. They have 1:05 remaining on their power play. Easton hooks at the far side, gets it across ice to Rogers. His shot doesn't get through. A good block there by Schultz. Schultz then unable to clear the zone as Hooks made a good play there at the point to keep that from going into center ice. Now a couple players tied up here in the near corner. It's Hain and going to be Kelly as those two are tied up and are throwing punches at each other in the near corner. I'm not sure exactly what started that, but it quickly spilled over in a hurry as both players went at each other with certainly definitely some poor feelings towards each other. I don't know what was that started it, but both players quickly engaged right after it started to escalate. And now Tristan Hain being escorted toward his locker room by the official here, having a quick conversation about exactly what happened. Hain clearly not agreeing with the official telling him how he saw that play. See exactly what the full assortment of penalties that are going to be handed out here. Officials talking with Ryan Kelly there in the Bengals zone. Looks like they're telling him he's going to the penalty box, while it appears that Hain is being kicked out for Penn State Barron College. I'm not going to assume we know too much about this, but now there's a conversation that apparently going on between the Barron College player that has left the ice and the Bengals players on the bench, as clearly there's a little bit of frustration being built up here by the way that this game has gone, and not necessarily surprising, as anytime you have a game that gets out of hand in a hurry like this, you can frequently see some things along these lines developing. That's clearly what's happened here, and we'll see if there's any more that continues here in the coming minutes, as we still have over 10 minutes to play in this contest.
Aaron, I'm actually not too sure if he was talking to the player that just got off the ice or if it was a fan up here on the upper deck, because he was pointing towards a fan up at the top, and the fan walked away now.
Well, it's an 8-goal game, and we have over 10 minutes to go, so it's probably the time of this contest where the referees are going to be looking to make sure that nothing like that happens again. That is probably going to be there. I would imagine that the calls will be a little bit more severe just based on the fact that they're trying to put a stop to any of this that might continue through the rest of the contest. As we see over there in the Buff State penalty box, Ryan Kelly is in the box. We see 4 minutes up on the board with his number on it there in terms of penalties, and we'll have to wait and see exactly what the personnel is here once we get restarted. Now we have a player going into the penalty box for Barron College. That is going to be Colby Migliorisi serving the penalty, I believe. The one that was taken by number 24, Tristan Hain. And now there's been a conversation between the officials and both benches. And just a little bit still looks like it has to be sorted over there by the scorers as they get the Barron College penalty up on the board. It is a 5-minute call that is up on the board for Barron College. 4 minutes up on the board for the Bengals. So we're going to go 4-on-4 for 4 minutes, and then the Bengals will have a short power play after that.
Bit of a unique penalty situation called there.
Apparently, they decided that Hain did a lot more to earn his fighting major than did the Buff State player on the play, Ryan Kelly. Kelly only getting the double minor, Hain getting the major and the game misconduct. So now we finally have things back going here in the action as we are under the 10-minute mark, and the puck just inside the Barron College blue line as Mark Hager takes a hit to get the puck deeper into the zone. Now coming back in the other direction, it's going to be number 5, Ethan Szymanski. Szymanski has been kept pretty quiet here by the Bengals as he is the leading scorer for the Bengals, but he gets that, or for the Barron College Lions. He made a nice play there as he circled the net and got that one out in front to Morgan. Morgan laid a big hard slap shot on there, got it right in on goal. Kowalski making a good save on that one as the puck is sent the length of the ice back into Barron College territory. And now Morgan looks to start it back up ice yet again. Good to see number 3, Braden Morgan, back out there. He was the player that had taken that hard hit by Ryan Hahn earlier and had a little bit of difficulty getting back into the play. It's good to see him back on the ice and back rejoining the action for the Barron College Lions as the puck comes back into PSP territory. And they look to set up their breakout. It's Morgan with the puck on his stick as he enters the neutral zone with some speed. Tries to make a move to get around Hahn, but Hahn read that one perfectly, didn't give him a whole lot there. Morgan then took a little bit of a whack at the goaltender Kowalski, and Hahn was not having any of it, slapping the stick out of his hands. And Hahn will end up heading back to the penalty box as a result. Going to be taking a 2-minute minor penalty as clearly he was trying to deliver a message that I'm not sure is really needed to be delivered anymore in this game. But it's going to be another opportunity on the power play for Barron College, and this should be a 4-on-3 as Bengals have too many players out there right now. They'll have to get one player off of the ice, I believe, before this can continue. And finally, they do figure it out. It's going to be Joe Lotempio heading to the bench. Elliot Hunt steps in to take the draw, and we get things going again. There's a quick shot taken right off the draw as the Bengals not really in position there for that faceoff as the player on the hash marks was pretty much left unguarded. Faceoff came right to him. He had a wide open look there from the mid slot. A good save by Kowalski as maybe his defense left him a little bit stranded there. Shot then taken from just outside the top of the circle. The rebound is put past Kowalski as Barron College has gotten another power play goal, making this one a 9-2 game. Maybe a little bit of the being that foot coming off the gas pedal there from the Bengals. We talked about that as they built their lead in the early going today, and that was maybe not the best penalty kill I've ever seen out of the black and orange. Maybe a result of having an 8-goal lead with under 10 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, they really scrambled that face-off draw, and then it led to sustained pressure by Barron coming up the ice and netting that one.
Barron again into the offensive zone. Another shot in on goal. Easton Hooks letting that one go. The rebound came out. There was a player there with an opportunity to get it past the goaltender, just couldn't do so. And now a shot taken from distance is blocked by the Buff State player as Kowalski was down and out trying to get back into position. And it was Ryan Kelly getting the block on that one to keep that shot from getting in on the empty net. Now back in the opposite direction, Anton Rupert lets a shot go. That one goes just wide. Bengals keeping the pressure on here as there's a hit late on that far side. Sardina makes a move to get free of the corner, gets his stick lifted, and then Barron College gets the puck out of the zone, moving it through center ice, back into Buff State territory now. As that one's going to go for icing as we are back to 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds. So the puck will come all the way back down into Barron College territory for a faceoff here in the zone to our left as we have 6 minutes and 18 seconds now left to go in third period action. It is a 9-2 game now as the only goal of this third period so far has been the most recent one from Barron.
Definitely Penn State-Behrend's best period so far. They came out with the intensity they needed all game, and it's definitely shown. But it could be due to Buff State just taking off the gas, like we said before.
A little bit of cruise control is to be expected when you build a lead as quickly and by as much of a lead as the Bengals did. But the Bengals putting some offensive pressure on there. Nice shot taken there from the side as getting that one right in on goal was Miller. And now we have something going on behind the plays. It looked like Lotempio got hit behind the play, and quickly coming to his defense is Ryan Miller. And now there's a conversation between Miller and Easton Hooks there, as it was Hooks, the one that looked like he ran into the captain, Joe Lotempio, coming out of the zone. Didn't get a very good look at the original hit, but I saw the response came there pretty quickly.
That's good on your teammates to come pick you up real quick. Someone does something dirty behind the play, you got to step up, be a man, and help out your teammates there.
It's never something that would be questioned in terms of number 16, Ryan Miller. He is always somebody who is quick to defend his teammates. He was there quickly to do so on that play. Does look like there are a couple of penalties being handed out here, as there's a player in the box from each side. It looks like it's Hooks from Penn State Barron College and Schultz for the Bengals. 2 minutes on the board for each player as the Bengals get set up here for a neutral zone faceoff. It's going to come right at center ice with a little bit more than 5 minutes to go in regulation, and the Bengals still leading this one by 7. It is a 9-2 lead. It's part of a 2-game weekend road trip for Buff State here, as they have another game coming up tomorrow afternoon, facing off against the Alfred State Pioneers. That is another divisional matchup, as the Bengals will look to clinch the UNYCHL West Division. A win tomorrow will do exactly that, as just 2 games left on the schedule after tomorrow's divisional matchup. Just 2 more divisional games left in the schedule. Those ones coming up against Fredonia if the Bengals are able to win tomorrow. And assuming they hold on for the win here in this contest that they lead by 7 in, if they're able to win tomorrow, that will give them the West Division title, as none of the teams will be able to catch them in the divisional race. So certainly that will be a game that will certainly have a lot of importance for the Bengals for the rest of the season, for the season-long goals of winning the division and setting up a good run in the UNYCHL West or the UNYCHL playoffs. So certainly a good opportunity to finish strong in this contest to make sure that the Buff State Bengals are ready for tomorrow, and that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Michael Guerrera picking the top corner, sending the water bottle flying into the air. He's got his 3rd goal of the game now. Bengals now have 10 on the game. It's now 10-2 with 4 minutes to go.
That's 2 hat tricks for the Buffalo State Bengals tonight. Both Glasgow and Guerrera netting hat tricks. Hunt's on 2. Let's see if he can get in the last few minutes here.
Bengals finally breaking that 10-goal mark this season for the first time, as they are now up by a score of 10-2 here in this contest. Down just 3.5 minutes to go, as the Bengals certainly enjoying one of their nicer offensive outputs of the season, putting a 10 spot up on the Barron College Lions here at the Erie Bank Sports Park. Puck comes back into the neutral zone as a little bit more than 3 minutes to go in the contest. Mark Hager and Ryan Miller trying to come out of there with a loose puck. Does come into the Barron College zone, but up ice now it's Szymanski with the puck. Szymanski gaining that offensive blue line, gets it into the corner, but he takes a bump there from Miller. Pass comes out towards the front of the net, now comes to the point. Morgan tries to get that shot in, but it was Alex Gosin quickly on top of him, getting the stick on puck, forcing that one up into the rafters, and the puck never actually did come back down.
Yeah, it's stuck up there somewhere.
You got a number of players just looking up there, hoping that puck will eventually come back. I don't think it's going to happen, as Cole Newman points it out to the referee exactly where it is. Somebody's going to have to go get a fresh one from the scorer's box. Apparently they have one ready to go. And the faceoff coming up now to the left of Kowalski with 2:30 to go in regulation. Puck comes back in behind the Buff State net. Hussey with an eye on his man there. Szymanski stops, tries to get himself free of Hussey. Gets it into the slot. He's got a man there, just can't get that shot off, as quickly on top of him was Cole Newman, keeping that shot from getting in on his goaltender. Now Alex Gosen carries it up ice, gains the blue line, gets it into the offensive zone, then just gets hauled down there on the far side as he tried to go around the man there. That's going to draw the penalty from the offensive zone side referee on the near side here as he signals the holding call. So good hustle there from the Bengals as they continue to do good work in the offensive zone and battle to try to create offensive scoring opportunities. Number 23, Alex Gosen, using that hard skating stride there up the far side to draw that penalty. And the Bengals will get to finish this game with another opportunity on the man advantage, another chance to work on that power play unit.
Not that they need another chance. They've been pretty fire on it. And I believe 3 goals on the power play. In 3 attempts, I believe. I
believe you're right. So they have another opportunity to continue to work on those power play statistics to increase that percentage. 36% on the season coming into this game. Already that number has improved. We'll see whether or not they can add one more before this game is over. Anton Rupert with the puck on his stick. Lets a hard wrist shot go. Save made by Grimm. Shot attempt then from the far side by Hussey. Doesn't get through. It's a good block by the Penn State-Behrend College player. Shot attempt then goes wide from Newman. Now a rip shot there from Sardina goes up and over the net, but kept in there at the far point by Hussey. Down low to Rupert as Rupert circles the net. Now tries a wrap around there. Stopped at the pass there by the Penn State-Behrend College defenseman who made a good play. Read that one nicely. Saw that Rupert was trying the wrap around. 47 seconds now remaining in regulation as Rupert now in behind the net looking for a pass. He's got Sardina close to him. Two of them switch positions as the pass comes out into the slot. Picked off there by a Barron College player. Ben Rogers sends it the length of the ice. Kill off a little bit more time in the Barron College penalty. Now just 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Bengals settle it down in behind their net. John Glasgow with it there. He's got a man coming in towards him. Rogozin, he makes the move there, banking it off the back of the net. Now floats a pass into the neutral zone. Picked up there by Sardina. Now it's a 3-on-2 for the Bengals as they slowly bring it into the offensive zone. Sardina with the pass out in front of the net. He was trying to get it to Rupert there. Intercepted and brought out by Rogozin now with 7 seconds to go in the game. Rogozin getting it into the offensive zone, and that's probably how things will end as Rogozin takes a hit there from Cole Newman. And then Hussey gets control of the puck and skates it out of the corner, and that should do it here from the Erie Bank Sports Park as the Buffalo State Bengals have their 10th win of the season. They improved to 9-3-1 overall, 7-0 in the UNY CHL West Division. They're going to have an opportunity tomorrow to take the UNY CHL West Division crown. A win over the Alfred State Pioneers will give the Bengals the UNY CHL West in their first year playing in the Tier 1 level. So a big opportunity tomorrow afternoon as the Bengals head to Olean to finish off this 2-game road trip, but a great start to it with a convincing 10-2 victory here in the Erie Bank Sports Park, taking those good vibes from a couple years ago in this building and then just simply building off of it and getting what was a dramatic win 2 years ago in overtime. This one was a blowout from the start.
Very comfortable all throughout. All facets of the Buff State Bengals game was there today. Offense, defense, goaltending. Spectacular performance by Anthony Kowalski in that. For his first start of the season, it looked like he's been in there multiple times, as well as the defense, strong, sturdy. He didn't allow much to get through to Kowalski. And then the offense, the shining star tonight. 2 hat tricks, Guerrera and Glasgow, and then Hunt netting 2 of his own. Everything was there tonight.
Certainly a good start to the second half of the season. Great to see Anthony Kowalski picking up the win in his first start for the Buffalo State Bengals. He improves to 2-0 on the season. And not only that, it is a big victory for the Bengals head coach, Tim Turner, as that is win number 40 for Tim Turner as the head coach of the Buffalo State Bengals in his career behind the bench. Congratulations to Coach Turner on 40 victories as the Bengals head coach. Here's to plenty more coming in the future, and hopefully one tomorrow afternoon as these Bengals head to Olean, and they'll face off against the Alfred State Pioneers. That game coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. There will not be a broadcast of tomorrow's game as due to some scheduling conflicts and just the simple nature of the building in Olean, and you can't really do a good live broadcast from there anyway. Radio only might have been our only option. We will have some live updates through social media throughout the game, though, so be sure to keep an eye on all of the regular Buff State social media pages so you can stay up to date on that game tomorrow afternoon from Olean. A couple final thoughts on today's action here from the Erie Bank Sports Park, Jeff, as the Buffalo State Bengals had a nice offensive explosion, scoring their most goals of the season, putting up a 10 spot on the Barron College Lions.
Absolutely beautiful play. Their defense led their offense through the transition game. It felt like, other than the power plays, they didn't really have to set up in the offensive zone. Every time they brought the puck in, it was just in the back of the net.
Certainly a solid performance from start to finish. We had a little bit of a conversation there in the pregame about whether or not all that time off, it was over 50 days away from competition for the Buff State Bengals since their last game back in early December. But there was really no rust on that game one bit. It was a group that was excited to get back out into competition, excited to play another game, and they certainly used that excitement to their benefit to put towards energy on the ice. They played with a ton of energy, and they were clearly the team with more jump in their step right from the beginning, and they made sure they took it to the Barron College Lions right from the beginning, didn't really even give them a chance to get into the game right from the start. It was a 4-goal first period, 5 goals in the second, 1 more in the third period, and the final score is 10-2 in favor of the Buffalo State College Bengals. Support for Buffalo State College Club hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 856-2872 or militello.com. Our coverage is brought to you by Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. COVID testing, vaccinations, and boosters available at Ivy Lee, along with CBD products, home health care, and all of your other pharmacy needs. Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or ivyleafpharmacy.com. This broadcast is brought to you by Town Auto. For over 50 years, a proud member of the Western New York community, putting customers' needs first and helping them find the right car at the right price. The dealerships of Town Auto make buying a car easy, whether online, over the phone, or in store. We love our town. Support for Buffalo State Club hockey also comes from the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store. Offering a great selection of wines and spirits with everyday low prices, the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store on the corner of Hurdle and Parker in North Buffalo. This broadcast is brought to you by the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. Find Narchis online at narchislaw.com. Supporters also include 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and to reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition. Order online from their 8 Western New York locations. More information online at 95nutrition.com. And supporters include Colvin Cleaners, dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, tailoring, restoration, and all your garment needs. Colvin Cleaners, the Buffalo Niagara region's premier green earth dry cleaner. It's also where the Buffalo State College Club hockey team goes to keep their uniforms the best-looking ones in the league. ColvinCleaners.com or visit them in person, Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. And finally, this broadcast is supported by Envious Gameware, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State College Club hockey. Making high-end custom team uniforms, bags, and apparel. Find them online, EnviousGameware.com. That should just about do it for our broadcast here from the Erie Bank Sports Park in Erie, Pennsylvania, where the Buffalo State College Bengals have started off their second half of play with a convincing 10-2 victory over the Penn State Barron College Lions. It's another divisional game for the Bengals tomorrow on the road in Olean at Alfred State with a chance to win the UNYCHL West Division title. For Jeff Jazarowski, my name's Aaron Elper, and thanks for joining us for our broadcast tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.